So the Undertaker has been all over social media promoting the series on the WWE Network, Last Ride. It's kind of interesting seeing him doing all these podcasts. It's like he's making it up for all those years where he pretty much didn't do any interviews outside WWE. But now he's everywhere, and just wanted to do a quick like DVD collection that I have of the Undertaker. Now I don't have every DVD that came out. I think there's one that focused more on the streak of WrestleMania. So I know I don't have that one. I think there's one with Kane, Brothers of Destruction DVD. But these are kind of like the main ones that came out. So we're gonna go with this one. This came out in 2001. Undertaker. This is my yard. Here's the back cover right here. This was an interesting period because this DVD was kind of interesting because there is a documentary, highlighting his career, and he's actually, he talks about his career. So it's kind of like before, Last Ride, you get to see Undertaker sitting down and addressing some of the things he's done in his career, which I thought was pretty cool at the time. So again, this came out in 2001, so we're right in the American Badass version of the Undertaker, and this is one single disc. So we do have like the documentary short. That's the beginning, History Makers, Dark Side, American Badass, and it's really like it was interesting what I found. Again at the time this came out in 2001, seeing the Undertaker outside the ring. There's just footage of him, on his motorcycle out in I guess Texas wherever he lives. There's footage with him at the time his wife Sarah, in their house. It was just seeing the humanized Undertaker. Matches, you get Bad Blood '97, Shawn Michaels, Hell in a Cell, Kane from Unforgiven. That's the fire match. I forget what it was called, but Fully Loaded 2000 versus Kurt Angle, and then WrestleMania 17 against Triple H. You don't get that many matches, which is kind of compared to other DVDs. So this is right, during the Undertaker's American Badass. I remember, my favorite, like, if you have to go all the way back to like 1999 when he was in the Ministry of Darkness, that was my favorite version of the Undertaker. I just loved it, and I know that he had injuries caught up with him, and September of '99, they kind of wrote him off. I guess in episode of SmackDown, I think like the McMahons wanted him to do a match or something, and he refused, and he just like walked off the interview, and he was gone for a very long time. And I was thinking maybe definitely he'll come back as the Dead Man character. So he was gone for about 9 months. I know originally he was supposed to come back at I think the Rumble of 2000, and he had a torn bicep or tricep. Something happened where he got another injury, so that prolonged his return. So he came back Judgment Day, May of 2000, at the end of the Iron Man match between Triple H and The Rock, which was the referee was Shawn Michaels. He came down on a motorcycle, different look compared to the last time we saw him with from the Ministry of Darkness with the Lucifer like beard. He came down on a motorcycle, blue shirt and long leather jacket. I didn't think there was much of a change because he did do there was like a shot of him when he looks into the camera and he does the eye roll. So I said, oh, that's Undertaker. I didn't know that was there was gonna be a complete change in the character, and you watch Raw and the next night. So I guess this kind of thing, like I don't know, maybe he thought the Undertaker character was getting stale, like the Deadman character. They did all they could do with it. Sometimes you need that, I think, because you don't want a character to become stale, especially in wrestling, and you get like people to like miss that character. So like when he was the American Badass, I kind of like was always like wondering, okay, when are you going to have him come back as a dead man? What angle is going to cause him to go back to the dark side? So that was it. And then when he did become, go back to the dead man character, I think we kind of like appreciated it more because we didn't see it for a long time. You could see that, another example would probably be Hulk Hogan, around 94, 95, the red and yellow. It was kind of like people were getting tired of the, Hulk Hogan. So he needed a change. So, what happened, 96, NWO, Hollywood Hulk Hogan is born. No more red and yellow, it's black. And and now, like, we kind of like, he's not doing the red and yellow, and then we kind of, when he goes back to the red and yellow, it's like, okay, we haven't seen that in a very long time. So this is like, this came out in 2001. Pretty good DVD. The only negative thing is there's not that many matches. Well, they did make it up with this DVD. This is called Tombstone, The History of the Undertaker. This came out in 2005, so we're about a year after his return to being the dead man. As you can see, there's a lot of matches on this. So, they have the Phenom, American Badass, Dead Man. The only negative thing about the DVD set is, like, this is like, it's stackable DVDs, which is annoying. So you have to, I don't know, I don't like when their DVDs are like this. But you get a lot of, like, no documentary, but you get a lot of matches here. This is like a picture of the Undertaker with Paul Bearer, and you get all these matches. And again, all these you can find on the WWE Network, so you don't really need this DVD. But if you want to collect it, so early Undertaker, of course you're gonna get the Hogan match from Survivor Series, the casket match with Yokozuna for the Rumble '94. Diesel, WrestleMania 12. So you get disc one's usually his early stuff. Not too early, because it's like 91. You jump to 94, and but what's cool about this, you get a lot of not only matches, but you get some like interview segments. So you get Undertaker attacks Hulk Hogan at the funeral parlor. This is like Superstars from November of '91. That was setting up their match at Survivor Series. Undertaker in the graveyard talking about Diesel. That was for, their setup for WrestleMania 12. Other matches, you have versus Shawn Michaels at Ground Zero, and then you also have of course you're gonna have the Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood '97. Kane at WrestleMania 14. The Inferno match. That's what it was. The Inferno match at so you get some repeats from the previous DVD. Hell in a Cell match with Mankind, King of the Ring '98. Of course, that's like a, everybody talks about that match with Mankind making that that big drop from the cage. Really, really interesting. So we go all the way. We also have disc 3, first blood match against Stone Cold from Fully Loaded in 1999. Then there's not much of 2000 or 2001. We go all the way to 2002, and you will see him, as a big evil character against Hulk Hogan from Judgment Day. Brock Lesnar, no mercy at the Hell in a Cell match that they had. We even got the match with John Cena from Vengeance 2003, and then against Kane, WrestleMania 20. So you got a lot of covers a lot of matches in the Undertaker's career. Sometimes I find it's like easier just to put a DVD in, and then instead of like keep a going to the WWE Network and going through all the matches. And then we have this one. This one came out in 2010. Undertaker Deadliest Matches. This opens up like this, so we get 3 disc set. Here's the back cover. As you see, the Undertaker. Here's this picture of the Undertaker. Open up, you'll see some of the matches. So basically, let's see what we got here. So the thing about this DVD, the gimmick about this DVD is it's pretty much like some of his like gravest challenges and his like gimmick matches and stuff like that. So the first like match on there, you're gonna see a body bag match between the Warrior and Undertaker, all the way from July of 1991. I think people might have forgot that the Warrior was pretty much he feuded with Undertaker early on in '91. I don't know, like one of my first memories of wrestling, going all the way back to 1991, was watching an episode of Superstars where Undertaker puts Ultimate Warrior in the casket and shuts the door, and then you have all like these like the executives come out and try to like open the casket, and they're drilling holes in it to put air so like Warrior can get air, They're just funny, and you listen to like the announcers, like, "Oh my god!" and like the Warrior, they finally open it up, and the Warrior's like coughing up, and like it was really funny. A lot of coffin matches. You got Undertaker versus Kamala from Survivor Series of '92. Casket match, Undertaker versus Kama, which is Papa Shango, or you might know him as Godfather from SummerSlam '95. Another casket match, Undertaker versus King Mabel from In Your House, and that's 1995. Interesting, we get Undertaker versus Mankind from King of the Ring '96. Everybody talks about the '98 Hell in a Cell match, but they're actually their first actual like match in WWE was at King of the Ring '96. And then you have the Boiler Room Brawl match between them at SummerSlam '96. So they had a really strong feud. We get the Buried Alive match between Undertaker and Stone Cold Steve Austin from December of '98. An Inferno match between Undertaker and Kane, but this is not the one at Unforgiven. This is the one that happened on Raw, February 22nd, 1999. Undertaker versus Big Show. Interesting, when Undertaker came back, as a dead man back in like 2004, there was very few people that they could put him against. Because now, like when he was American Badass or Big Evil, you could pretty much put him against anybody. But now he's this persona of the dead man character, so you had to really put a strong contender against him. And I think that's what like the WWE wasn't prepared for. They used triple. I think it was like Booker T was the first one and Undertaker beat him. And then they had the Dudley Boys. So you get the Dudley Boys match. It was a Concrete Crypt match. Undertaker versus the Dudley Boys from Great American Bash in 2004. You got Undertaker versus Randy Orton from Hell in a Cell, Armageddon 2005. First blood match between Mr. Kennedy. Interesting. Hell in a Cell, Undertaker versus Edge from SummerSlam 2008. Edge made his big return a couple months ago. So you get in between these DVDs, you get a lot of like interesting Undertaker matches. What's my thoughts on the Undertaker? I mean, I don't know if you've been watching like the Last Ride documentary. I think it's the best thing on the WWE Network right now. You get to real inside look at his career. He's a guy that's always been kind of private. Respecting the kayfabe. Really protecting that character. Now he's trying to branch off. Kind of like a smart move for him because he knows his ring career is pretty much coming to an end. To me, if I had to book Undertaker's official last match, hopefully they can keep the feud with AJ Styles going. I think that would be a perfect final match for him. But instead of having like maybe having it actually in the ring and not in some gimmick like produced movie, but actually have it with the crowd and having like Undertaker's farewell match with with AJ Styles. So they could keep AJ Styles as a heel. Maybe once in a while kind of reference the Undertaker and bringing that up or something, and kind of try to continue building it, and then resulting into a match at I'm thinking probably next year's WrestleMania, and we'll go from there. But I hope you enjoyed this Undertaker DVD video.